Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share 10 floral fragrances for spring. That's right, stereotypical, obvious choice flowers for spring fragrances, but these are going to be more feminine leaning. Some of them are a little bit more shared, and I wanted to share flowers, specific, compositions. Different types of scents and price points as well. So let's get into the video. If I have any reviews of these fragrances or any related videos, I will link them below. I will be talking fast. I don't want this video to be long, but I'm going to share with you different types and styles of fragrance. But first, most of these fragrances are marketed to women on the women's fragrance section. That does not mean only women can wear it. Fragrance is genderless. Please wear whatever makes your heart sing. But generally, when it comes down to marketing perfumes, businesses want to make the most money. So generally, people that prefer feminine smelling things prefer these notes and these compositions, and people who prefer more masculine smelling things prefer these notes and these compositions, and generally in the middle you have the shared spectrum. So most of these fragrances smell like they would be marketed to women, but please feel free to wear whatever you like. First little grouping I wanted to talk about was rose. So if you're looking to smell like a beautiful rose for springtime, these two fragrances are excellent. These are on the more pricier side, and they each kind of smell a little bit different. So the first one we have L'Eau à la Rose from Francis Kurkdjian. Now I like this because it's brighter and fresher and still has a little bit of sweet playfulness like à la Rose has. I find à la Rose to be a little bit more romantic smelling than L'Eau à la Rose, and L'Eau à la Rose is a little bit more sparkly and fresh. I do really like that. And when I was choosing fragrances for this list, one of the big things I tried to choose specifically for most of these fragrances, not all of them, was a freshness, a way to kind of brighten your fragrance rotation, probably from wearing your decadent, sexy gourmands and heavier woods from fall and winter, although those fragrances are fantastic. So if you were looking for the lighter, fresher, more aromatic fragrances to wear in spring, these are the floral options. Now, Strange Invisible. This is a press of beauty, and not too many people talk about this house, and more people should. Aquarian Rose from Strange Invisible. I haven't really talked about this fragrance. I reviewed this years ago. This smells like a rose without sweetness. I like to kind of say that this smells like a mermaid's rose garden. There's almost like a deep, it's not that it has a seaweed note in it, but it has this really deep, salty green note in it without it being like a briny, salty, or a salt note. You know how sometimes like deeply aquatic green notes can almost smell salty, but it's more of a nuance of the smell and not like it smells salty. That's what this smells like, but with rose. But the rose is almost like a light tea rose, or almost like a Middle Eastern rose. There's like a translucidity to it. I don't think that's a word, but just bear with me. And I really like this scent. If you want something a tiny bit more challenging, if you want something with more bite, if you want something a little bit more shared in your rose experience, this is excellent. I also get a lot of people asking me for more masculine roses or rose-dominant fragrances that are more shared. This is great. I would say that obviously fragrances are in blind buys, but this for 1.7 ounces is $210. For 3.4 ounces, I believe it's $370. I purchased this bottle. It was not sent to me. But because it does have that kind of deep green, bitter, salt, watery, seaweedy kelpiness to it, definitely try and sample this before you buy it. It is expensive, and it is a bit on the challenging side, but it is very wearable, very masculine, very sexy. So if you want a bit more of a creative edge to your springtime flowery fragrances, Aquarian Rose from Strange Invisible is excellent. Now, I love violet. I think violet's excellent. So I chose two fragrances that are violet dominant. One is Kiki from House of Matriarch. In all honesty, I had a hand in creating this fragrance. I was one of the consultants / creative directors with Lola from Lola Scents. This was created last year between Christy Michelle, owner, matriarch, artist, matriarch of House of Matriarch, Lola Scents, and myself. This is a tea-dominant violet scent. The violet is kind of sweet and powdery and puffy, and it's purple and it's mushroomy, and it's got tea in regards to matcha and oolong tea and some gorgeous kimum tea in there. And I'm going to be doing a black tea video, talking about what I mean by kimum tea specifically, because I noticed that a lot in fragrances. But there's a lot of kind of dryness from chrysanthemum in this fragrance. There's a lot of nuances in this scent that adds a brightness to this fragrance, but some depth to this fragrance, some earthiness to this fragrance, some spiciness to this fragrance, some powderiness to this fragrance. If you like violet scents, I think this is worth checking out. I think it's excellent. And a house that I absolutely love, and I've been trying to add 1 or 2 bottles every few months to my collection, is Fragonard. And this is Violet Eau de Toilette. This is a great, light, effervescent, it's kind of more of a candy sweet violet. It dries on your skin a little bit more kind of green, but it does have a soft candy sweetness to it. So if you like those more fruity candy violet fragrances that are light and playful and fun, this is excellent. So these are my violet fragrances if you're looking for a violet kind of springtime affair. Now, if we're focusing on white flowers, you obviously have, gardenia, you have ylang ylang, you have jasmine, neroli, orange blossom, variety of different other white flowers. I have 3 here for you. The first one is from Pacifica. This is Tahitian gardenia. I wanted to include something that smelled a tiny bit more mature. There's something slightly tropical, but still very gorgeous and easy to wear about this gardenia. But gardenia is one of the more mature smelling white florals. Kind of like tuberose is a little bit more tropical, and ylang ylang is a little bit more custardy, and orange blossoms a little bit more fruity. There's something really beautiful about gardenia. And I think Tahitian gardenia from Pacifica is excellent. Now, I have the little bottle of perfume right here. I believe this is an Eau de Parfum. I could be wrong. But recommend the body mist over the perfume personally. And it's cheaper. But this is full retail price $22. So even the perfume itself is relatively very accessibly priced. Now for orange blossom and neroli, and there is a difference, and I will do a video on that. I know people have asked, I promise, but there's so many other people who have written articles and discussed the difference of what it actually is. But smell-wise, just to kind of break it down, if you're unfamiliar or you care about what I think, the easiest way to say for me is that orange blossom smells fruitier, lighter, more playful, more towards what you would expect from a white flower. And neroli to me smells more greener, kind of like the white floral nuances to it. Fresher and sweeter, and a beautiful springtime orange flower is from Houbigant, and this is Oranges and Fleurs. I can't say French. If you guys know I can't say French. Beautiful orange blossom fragrance, absolutely delicious on the skin if you want that kind of pure orange blossom perfumed experience. Just very elegant, very easy, and very gorgeous. So this is a kind of must-have for me. Now, if you want something more shared, more musky, more light, more effervescent, something that kind of dances on the skin with neroli, so you have the nice green leaves, the beautiful nuances of orange and softness, but the sweetness isn't there, so it makes it smell a little bit less like a fruity sweet flower, which makes that smell more of a women's marketed fragrance, and kind of has the aromatic qualities of what you would consider a neroli to have. Again, the nice bite that neroli has, which I find to be really sexy and really beautiful. Neroli musk from Precious Liquids is excellent. This is sparkly. This smells really gorgeous on the skin. This lacks that kind of Pez candy sweetness that Tom Ford Neroli Portofino has, and I do love that Pez candy sweetness. What I like about it is it has the flavors of the musks and the neroli, and I've talked about what I mean by flavors over textures when talking about things. So an example, a lemon. So a flavor of a lemon would be like a lemon cake, a lemon cookie, a lemon tart. Texture of a lemon would be if you bit into it, and the acidity, the citric acid makes you make that funny face. So a fragrance that had, say, the texture of lemon or citrus would have sparkly, bright, energizing aspects to it. In a lot of cases, when blended correctly and also when paired correctly, can almost mimic aldehydes and can add a nice, bright, sparkly clarity to scents, which is excellent. But then you might have the flavor of lemon. So you don't get the sparkle, but you get the scent of lemon. This kind of like with the musks and the neroli and the beautiful kind of fresh green that neroli brings to the party, you get like that light billowiness from the musk. So you get the flavor of the neroli and the flavor and the texture of the musk on your skin. And it's very easy to wear, like a dumb grab fragrance, like just adding it to your collection. You can overspray this all day. It smells really, really good. And I wanted to include this one too. Our fragrances, kind of like neroli musk, but I wanted to include that with the white flowers. These are more, kind of compiled scents that I consider to be dumb grabs. And dumb grabs are fragrances you can just put on your shelf no matter where you're going, you can wear. They will generally work. So the first one is Baby Bouquet from Clinique My Happy. This is just something very playful, pretty, kind of fluffy, but still has a brightness to it and a nice, beautiful bouquet of flowers. The grab fragrance is excellent. One of the best, I think, for this list is Green Tea and Sakura Blossom from Elizabeth Arden. This is the 2021 flanker. When I reviewed this video, I compared this to the Cherry Blossom, and the big difference is this one's fresher, more watery, and the Cherry Blossom has more apricot-y undertones to it, but it does have that gorgeous, delicious, and really beautifully fresh green tea DNA. What I like about this one is there's something about it, that fresh floral bouquet that brings you into spring. And that's what I was really looking for with most of these fragrances. And so this one kind of beat out Cherry Blossom, although the little bit of fruitiness would have been really nice to be a part of this list too. And this one, I like this one. I don't love this one, but I really like this one. The reason why I don't love this one is because full retail price, I find it to be super expensive. So we're gonna have Creed Florally. And I do like this fragrance. The more I wear this scent, the more I appreciate it because it really works for my environment. And this is, again, kind of another kind of floral. Sometimes I smell this and it smells mature. Sometimes I smell this and it smells fresh and clean. Sometimes I smell this and it smells dated. Sometimes I smell this and it smells really youthful and flirty. It just depends on the humidity in the air. It really does. But this full retail price, I think, is around $400. Don't pay that much for it. It's not worth it. I paid $100 for this on Rue La La, and I think you can find it for like between $100 and $140 at discount sites if you check. I think $100 to $140 for this is okay. Good price. Great price. I paid $100 for it. Perfectly happy with that price, which is why I like it. If I paid full retail price, no. No, because there's something about Creed. There are certain fragrances from Creed that I find to be outstanding. Spice and Wood, near masterpiece, absolutely gorgeous. I actually like Aventus. Green Irish Tweed is one of my favorite fragrances from the house. Jardin d'Amalfi, gorgeous. Sublime Vanille, love. White Flowers, another one of my most worn fragrances. I could go on and on. I like a lot of them. This one, I like a lot. I like a lot. Not full retail, no. But I didn't pay full retail price for this. And to be perfectly honest, full transparency, when I was thinking about doing this video like a few days ago, and I was like, it would be fun to do a stereotypical fresh, sunshiny, floral fragrances for spring. That sounds like something every other content creator will do. Why not? This was the first fragrance that came to mind when I was thinking about the style of fragrances I wanted to share. Something unassuming, something feminine, something pretty. Just, it smells nice. So you don't really specifically, at least the longer I wear this, the less I'm able to pick out distinctive florals. It literally just smells like a bouquet of flowers you just kind of shoved your face in, like you're a bee and you're pollinating everything at a wedding. That's what it smells like. But there is a light, fresh, clean muskiness to this fragrance that adds a little bit of sophistication and lightness to the scent. And what I like about that specifically is it adds something that tones down the overboard feast of flowers. And sometimes a feast of flowers can be fantastic. I love it. And sometimes it can muddy up a fragrance. And sometimes lots of flowers and musks and citruses and woods and spices and all that stuff, it can get lost. But actually in this fragrance, when you spray it on your skin, it just smells really nice and just like lots of flowers. So when I'm thinking about a lot of flowers for spring that smells really nice and is feminine and is pretty, Florally from Creed is excellent. But again, not full retail price. No, 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 no. Anyway, guys, that is my list of flowers for spring. Feminine, women's scents. Most of these are women's scents. But again, please wear whatever you want. You can wear men's fragrances, women's fragrances, unisex fragrances. I know somebody that used to wear pet cologne because it smelled really good on them. Whatever makes you happy and doesn't give you a rash. That's pretty much what you should wear. If it gives you a rash, maybe don't wear it. But I did want to, I don't know why I put that in this video, I'm so sorry. If I cut that out, great. If I didn't cut that out, I am so sorry. But these are some very fantastic fragrances for spring, variety of different price points, variety of different styles. I'd love to know what you guys think. Do you agree with my choices? Do you disagree with my choices? I'd also like to know what other sort of stereotypical women's fresh flower fragrances for spring you would recommend from any price point. These can be super expensive or super affordable. Let me know in the comment section below. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.